day, another video. You're watching Blood on the Mic, the show where we bring you all things music. I'm your host, David Mercado, and this is my co-host,
Louis Torna.
And today you are tuned into one of our new music segments where we're talking to you about some music that's been coming out this week.
New?
Yeah, we're recording this on July 31st, but we're calling this kind of like the first segment of the August series.
It'll be released on August 3rd, which will be that Monday.
Yes.
So yeah, this is what?
Yes, August 3rd.
Doing my math for me. Making sure I'm right.
It just seems so soon already.
Yeah, it is August.
Right. But every month feels like this.
Every month is the same, especially if you don't have a job. So
today we are covering a few new songs. Some pretty good ones. It was kind of a short list this week, but it's still got some, or at least some promising tracks. I guess we haven't listened to these yet. Have you?
No, I haven't listened to any of them fully yet. So this will be a true reaction video.
It'll be a react video. We'll tell you how we feel about these songs. Anything you want to mention before we go into it?
Beyonce released a new visual album. It's only on Disney Plus, so I mean I haven't listened to anything, so we're not gonna cover that. So sorry about that if you wanted that.
Yeah. You can also catch her in The Lion King, I guess. I don't know.
Watch The Lion King. Watch her marriage to Jay-Z.
You know, I'm not watching The Lion King. I don't know. I don't like any of these. I mean, they're entertaining, but I just don't want to watch any of these.
I just hate the premise of like why make these animated movies into live action. Doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. I mean, it's just a cash grab.
It is. I mean, we were watching Aladdin the other day. I mean, we weren't, but like, you know.
My wife and your sister.
Yeah. So it was entertaining. I mean, I'll say that much. But I still rather watch
I'd rather watch neither. I'm not much of a Disney person, but what's the first song on the docket?
The first song that we have on the docket is not Beyonce. We are moving into another leading lady. This is Angel Olsen.
Ooh.
Angel Olsen. She'll tell you to shut up and kiss her.
Yeah.
And say goodbye.
Angel Olsen, would she be an indie darling?
I think so, yeah. I think at this point, yeah.
So yeah, she first caught my attention with her album My Woman, which I think was 2017 or 2016.
I think 2016. Maybe.
But you know where that song "Shut Up, Kiss Me" came from. I love that album. Then last year she released an album. What was it called? I think it was called All Mirrors or something like that.
I forget what it was called. Yeah,
I don't know. It was okay. It was good. There's a lot of really good songs on there and a lot of songs that I didn't love, but you know, it was still pretty good. So I'm still excited for whatever she comes out with. She's supposed to come out with a new album in August. So less than a month away. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. And she's done collaborations here and there that I've also liked and all that stuff. But this is a new single from her. It's called Whole New Mess. And we're going to take a listen to that.
Be right back.
All right, how'd you like that?
So that was Angel Olsen with Whole New Mess. I liked it. It was, you know, like a slow burner acoustic number, but I think it worked for me at least because I like Angel Olsen's voice a lot, and I like the way that she sings. It's kind of unique to me. There's not a whole lot of other singers I can think that sound exactly like her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
It made me want to cut my wrist.
I love that feling, though. That's like my go-to. Why do you think I got long sleeves on?
Long sleeves. You and I. It definitely wasn't bad. I don't know. It was definitely like harrowing. I say that like only knowing what that word kind of half means, and. Well,
you got the guy with the English degree. Reading Faulkner for fun. I wouldn't recommend it, people.
But it was, it was definitely kind of like is this a slow burner? Does it seem like a good word for it?
But I don't know. I feel like songs like this have the potential to get boring. But I wasn't bored listening to this. It was really like it felt captivating to me. And
I mean, if it was like a whole album of this, then I
no,
would
yeah,
get
that's.
bored.
I hope it's not the whole album, but if there's like one song or maybe a couple songs like this,
Yeah.
interspersed, I think it'll work well. And also because it was kind of rough. It kind of sounded a little lo-fi.
Yeah.
So I think that sound also helped it.
Yeah, that is true. Although I'm a little curious as to why she chose this one as her
As
as
a
a single.
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes artists get counterintuitive and choose like a weird song as their single. But like Angel Olsen isn't a singles artist anyway, so it's not like it matters for her.
Yeah, it's not like a big choice.
It's not like she's a huge pop star or anything.
Yeah, a few of her songs though.
I mean, Shut Up Kiss Me got pretty big in the
Yeah.
indie world at least. So
At least in the indie world, yeah. But I feel like it could get. If people knew about it, I think it would get more.
Yeah.
people.
But yeah, I really like this song. When I feel when I'm the type of person that when they get depressed they listen to sad music all day.
Yeah.
And just sit in bed staring at the ceiling. So this would definitely be on my Cut My Wrist playlist. So
Yeah. It was good. It was good. I don't know. It was good.
yeah, it's good. I'm excited for the new album.
Yeah. Slow but good. All right, cool. So that was Angel Olsen. Let's see what we got next on this little rack over here. Oh, it's another leading lady. Although, I don't know if leading is already a good word for it. I don't know. She's an up-and-coming lady. She's already here, for sure. But Billie Eilish has been going through I believe is probably like a lead-up to her second album.
Yeah.
You think?
She's released I think 2 singles in the past like 6 months. It's not like she's been on a big spree of new songs or anything. This is her second. So what's this one called?
This next song is called My Future.
Yeah, Billie Eilish, basically the biggest pop star in the world right now.
Yeah.
Huge.
I get the sense it might be autobiographical, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Give it a spin?
Yes.
Let's give it a spin. That was My Future from Billie Eilish. And
I really like that one a lot.
I did like it. I did like it, yeah.
It kind of gave me the first part of the song was pretty spare.
Yeah.
Just her singing over like a piano.
Yes.
That part kind of gave me, at least her singing on it, kind of gave me kind of like jazz singer vibes a little bit. At least like the kind of runs that she was hitting and stuff like that.
Right.
And then halfway through the song, the drums come in and then and a cool like disco-ish toned guitar kind of comes in and
Right.
And the track after that kind of gave me the vibes of like late 90s, early 2000s kind of female singer.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
thinking the same thing. I was thinking of somebody like Dido.
Yeah.
And but also just general, there was like that general trip hop.
That's why I had some. It was that was onto my tongue because it sounded like something. It sounded very familiar, but I couldn't think of the artist or the
Right.
genre. But yeah,
I mean, the beat
kind of
wasn't
like a
a-
happier trip hop. Like,
Yeah, I
not
mean, it
as-
definitely wasn't a trip hop beat. It was, well, was it definitely not a trip hop? It was more of a, I mean, it was, was it trip hop? I wouldn't call it trip hop, but it was, it was like edging in that direction. So yeah, it did remind me of some of that. It also reminded me of, it was in a Kali Uchis.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it sounded like her a little bit too. It sounds like something she might do.
Right, because the,
Actually, it sounds a lot like something she might do. Now that I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it.
and like her voice is also pretty sultry in here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like a lounge singer or something like that.
Yeah. I also thought I didn't pick up much of the lyrics, but I found it was interesting because she said like I'm in love with my future, which is kind of sounds optimistic,
Sure.
which
I mean,
kinda-
hopefully her future works out. Like,
well, I mean, if she's already probably a millionaire at like 18, so her future's pretty bright.
as long as she manages it well.
Yeah. But it's just strange because her whole aesthetic is kind of like goth, like scary.
Right, but it is a little strange because like, that is her aesthetic. But like then sometimes I listen to her music and I'm like, oh, this is strange. Like this is not like how I expected your music to go.
Yeah.
Like a lot of her reminds me of at times like Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, but that's also sad.
Yeah, it's also sad, but it's not necessarily like
Not
like
goth
goth.
necessarily,
Yeah.
but like sad.
yeah.
But yeah, but back to the song specifically. I actually really liked it. It was nice, more of a lighter song from her.
Yeah.
And kind of a different sound than she's really done before, at least from what I've heard of her. It's kind of a little bit different than what she was doing, like last year, 2 years ago.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I only know some of her singles, so like
I mean, I listened to her last album and I liked it a lot. But this sound seems different from what was on there.
I wonder if her brother produced it.
I mean, he's been producing all her stuff, so I'm assuming that he produced this. I don't see why he wouldn't have.
Change stuff up, I don't know. She has the option to.
She can work with anybody she wants.
Yeah. But, that's a nice single. I would say it's a good single.
Yeah, I like it.
At first, it kind of, you're not expecting it almost. It takes a little while to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Billie Eilish hitting at the very least a second baser there. And right now we're gonna go into. Actually, we're gonna talk about a couple of tracks from Travis Barker, and these are both released from a new single release or EP release. I don't know exactly what it is. It's a 4-track release called Forever. We're gonna start with this track called Forever. Featuring Run the Jewels.
First about this 4-track release, it seems like Travis Barker is just working with 4, actually more different rappers, but like it seems like each song is in a different style from what I've heard.
Yeah, it is in a different style. We did listen to some snippets, and from the little that we've listened to, it seems like it tends to match more the style of those artists. And Travis Barker is just kind of like, I don't know. I was like, hey guys, let's do some music together.
Travis Barker's gotten like a lot of acclaim recently.
What, recently?
I feel like a lot of rappers are working with him. Run the Jewels have worked with them before. He's done stuff.
Travis Barker, I feel like, has been pretty well known in the hip hop genre for a while now. I don't know exactly why.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I know he's a good drummer, and I know his beats tend to be more like hip hop kind of beats. Even when he was working on Blink-182. But he just generally seems to always have collaborations with the hip-hop world. I mean, I guess he kind of fits in.
I don't know. Maybe he's just friends with a lot of rappers and he wants to work with them. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, not necessarily a weird collaboration. If anything, it's kind of like, this Run the Jewels, Travis Barker, seems like a fitting collaboration.
Well, yeah, they've worked together before on Run the Jewels too. So, I mean, I wasn't surprised when I saw this.
Yeah. It's definitely not as weird as Travis Barker working with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Which he's done. Yeah, he's actually
done. Okay, well, that is weird.
All right, we're going to start over here.
Jay-Z did do like an entire album with Linkin Park.
That he did, yeah.
That also happened, and people don't want to think about that, but that did happen.
That's actually the album that introduced me to both Jay-Z and
me too. I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I think that it at least introduced me to Jay-Z. I think I knew about Linkin Park at that point.
Yeah, it's like, I've become so numb. Can I get an encore? And you're just like, oh, what's going on?
We should do an episode on that album.
On that album,
that would be hilarious.
We have to. That'd be so funny.
We should. I'm putting that in the mix. We got to do that.
Okay, we're gonna start off here with Travis Barker. It's Run the Jewels, Forever. All right, we just listened to Forever from Travis Barker featuring Run the Jewels. Definitely feels more like a Run the Jewels featuring Travis Barker.
I actually wish that was on one of their albums because it was great. I really liked that a lot, and I thought the rapping on that was really good because there's a lot of standout lines. Like Killer Mike said, "Raps Rasputin pulling pups on pastors and pew pew pewing" or some shit like that. And then LP in his verse like mentioned the Rasputin line and went in it. I'd have to listen to it more to get more lines, but there was a lot of shit that like jumped out like that. Just like classic Run the Jewel shit. They always saying lines like that. But the beat specifically sounded also like classic Run the Jewels. So I'm wondering, like, did Travis Barker produce this or did he just like play drums on it? Because it sounds like LP produced it.
Yeah, I don't know if Travis Barker is a producer. I was listening for the drums, and there were sounds of like actual drums in there, rather than like synthesized drums or whatever. So I mean, Travis Barker is definitely in there playing drums. Whether whether as that like how much that adds to the song, I'm not really sure. Honestly, like I mean, I'm a fan of going to concerts and seeing people play the drums and whatnot. But it's not the '80s anymore. Like synthesized drums are like pretty good. I mean, especially if you're just gonna have a repetitive beat. I mean, I don't know. Having a drum set is not bad. Like I wouldn't say it takes away from the song, but
a drum set isn't necessary to have really good sounding drums, and a lot of songs you can't even tell if they have. I mean, unless they're trying to make it obvious that it's like not real drums. Like you can make synthesized drums sound extremely realistic. So
I mean, but even if you maybe like you don't have to. Like I mean, I don't know. Like I find it so weird. Like when like synthesizers first came out, one of the things that people clung on to was like, oh, can you make the sound like this other instrument? But like, I mean, nowadays you don't go around going like, oh yeah, play the synthesizer the way you would play a clarinet. Like,
yeah, it's just like
just play the synthesizer.
Well,
like,
also those are just boring people. It's like, oh, you made a fucking synthesizer. Can you make it sound like a violin? It's like what you should be asking is like, what crazy sounds can this shit make that nothing else can make?
Right. But I feel the same way about like synthesized percussion,
drum machines, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, not to say that you can't just have a snare sound.
I mean, if you listen to fucking trap music and stuff like that, that's really like that, drum machine sounds taken to its current limit. It's like 808s don't sound like a normal fucking bass drum, and the hi-hat patterns that they're doing are just, can't be played by humans.
Right.
So, they're taking advantage of the electronic, drums.
Yeah, no, of course. So I wonder what like. I think the song was fine. Like it was good.
It's good. Run the Jewels. It's
right.
And honestly, I don't know.
I was just trying to go maybe like a level above. Like what does this song bring that their other songs don't? Or like what does this collaboration bring to the table that Run the Jewels wouldn't have been able to do with their own? And I don't know. I'm having a hard time like answering that.
I don't know, and I kind of feel that about Run the Jewels, period, because I love Run the Jewels, and I was a fan. I was already a fan of like LP, when they released the first Run the Jewels,
right?
So like I listened to that, and then like I listened to Run the Jewels 2, and that shit was like blew my mind. Run the Jewels 2 is still my favorite Run the Jewels album, but like
that's a good one.
Like Run the Jewels 3 and 4. They just kind of like, none of the albums are bad. It's just that none of them give me that same feeling that Run the Jewels 2 did. And I don't know if that's maybe because like...
I was going to be a little weird, but like, I actually like Killer Mike's album the most.
Rap music is great. That album is amazing. But they was also produced by LP.
Right. No, I mean, I'm saying like, yeah, that one's like the Run the Jewels... What do you call it? Zero? Maybe.
Yeah, and I think LP's like... At least one. He might be on 2 of the songs there. But I know he's at least on one of them.
Yeah. Well, he produced it.
He produced the entire album.
Killer Mike's the entire thing. So,
but yeah, just Run the Jewels, I feel. And it's not like they're stagnating because they are trying different stuff. Like their albums sound different than what they did before. But there's some kind of like... There's a specific type of like maybe aggression that was on Run the Jewels 2. And like a specific type of like... playfulness maybe, and like the lyrical content was kind of more.
Is it the one about the girl that has the girl like wanting to like the sexual song
Love Again? Yeah with Gangsta Boo on it, but yeah, there, I don't know, I feel like Run the Jewels 2 struck a perfect balance of like everything they were doing, whereas later Run the Jewels 3 and 4 like maybe got a little too political or something, or
yeah, they have gotten more political, which I mean
they've always been political, but it wasn't. I feel like it's been like more of a focus, and I mean it's to be expected because it's see what times we're in. Of course, is going to happen.
And it's the kind of thing that it brings out of them, and I mean they've also themselves become more political. I mean
yeah, Killer Mike's basically a political activist now,
right? And they go hand in hand with the Bernie Sanders campaign, and all of the whole political movement that has come out of that.
Yeah.
But
but the song's good. If you like Run the Jewels, you'll like the song.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's a good song. All right, but let's see what else Travis Barker has been up to with these people.
So yeah, we skimmed the other songs that were on the little EP single release, and there was one other song that really struck our attention.
Right. Well, first I'll mention there was one that has Lil Wayne and what's his face?
Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
It sounded like
like Lil Wayne.
It sounded like a 2008, but like a 2008 Lil Wayne song specifically.
Yeah.
Like the beat was really.
Rick Ross, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think Travis Barker's like specifically making songs that sound like songs for those artists.
Right. I agree.
There's also a Wiz Khalifa song on here,
which was I guess kind of cool, but I mean,
I'm not a Wiz Khalifa fan, so I didn't really care.
It sounded like what you would have maybe expected to say. It's not bad, I don't think.
But there was also a song on here by an artist that neither of us have ever heard of.
No, we haven't heard of this guy, but he immediately caught our attention. So we can't even say if it sounds like his own music, because he's that new. It's Travis Barker featuring Josiah and NASCAR Aloe. But Josiah is the one that really like stands out in this track, at least from the little bit that we've heard. Still a React video, so
kind of. But so yeah, what's the song called?
It's called Dog Shit.
My voice cracked just there. So yeah, Dog Shit by Travis Barker, Josiah, and NASCAR Aloe.
All right, let's listen to it.
Let's do it.
All right, that was Josiah and Travis Barker and NASCAR Aloe.
I love that. Who
was NASCAR Aloe?
I have no idea. I think it might be the guy screaming on the hook.
You think so?
Like that kind of like screamo hook. But that song, I loved it. It reminded me a lot of like Triple X Tentacion, but like his like early SoundCloud super aggressive like screaming raps, like I'm sipping tea in your hood, R.I.P. Roach, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But this gave me that exact same vibe, and it I love it.
This sounds like new metal if it was better.
If it's new metal, but if it took it'd have a more rap influence than
right. Instead of being rap rock, it's rock rap.
Yeah,
I don't know, like inverse it a little bit, but because there was the like beat in the back that was going through, but it wasn't like it didn't because like sometimes with new metal and rap rock, it feels like the beats that they have there are kind of like shoved in, like they kind of go like over the top, kind of like this is what a rap beat is. And like
that's like the worst of like rap rock is like they just try to, it's like they're trying too hard,
right?
Where they don't really know the style that well, like
right, they're not like super comfortable with it. They're just kind of like let's put in some rap elements in there. Over here, like this feels a lot more like familiar with the territory. Like the beat is not over the top. In fact, it's got kind of subtle, but it's there, and to kind of like make you go like you exercise those demons out of you. It was a lot of screaming, a lot of aggression.
This is a Christian rap song, by the way. Exercise those demons. Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Scream it in your fucking face.
I don't even remember.
There's like cool like pastors, like the ones that like sit on chairs backwards and play acoustic guitar and like Jesus is rad. They need to have like fucking screamo metal pastors. That would be cool. Jesus.
I mean, they could even just look like Jesus in the Yeah,
but oh my god, like the crucifix would be so metal. Just on a black shirt, just Jesus on a cross. That's already metal.
But it has to be one of those crucifixes that like actually has Jesus.
Yeah, with bleeding and everything. Just with the crown of thorns, blood down his face.
I definitely go to that church for sure. But this was good. This is good. I've never heard of this guy Josiah. But you're right. It did remind me a little bit of that Triple X Tenochtitlan kind of stuff.
Tenochtitlan.
It's just we used to have a game where it was Triple X and then fill in the word like Triple X trigonometry, Triple X. I don't know, tentacles.
Triple X tectonic
plates.
I'm trying to think. I'm not good at word games. You know, I'm the worst at Scrabble. You
Really?
know what's hilarious is that I
the
have
English
an
major.
no,
is
literally,
like the
I
worst
have
at
an
Scrabble.
English degree, and I can't get words like longer than cat. But Danny, my brother, who didn't even finish college or anything, is amazing at Scrabble for some reason. Like, he always wins.
Wow. I'm not gonna be too mean to Danny on this, especially because he listens to the podcast. But I am thoroughly impressed by I guess the ability that he has to make long words.
I think it's also because like he kind of makes shit up, and I'm like, I don't know if that's true.
I heard
but
that
I'm not
once.
I'm not gonna challenge it.
That one podcast that I listen to, they use that
Yeah.
word. Yeah. Oh, Machiavellian? Yeah, let's.
You spell Machiavellian with 3 X's and fucking a Z, and I'm like, I don't know if that's how you spell it, but if you're committing to it,
Hey, the word equestrian is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Scrabble, then. Yeah. All right. But I think it was a pretty good song. Definitely my surprise pick of the week, I think.
yeah, never heard of this guy, but I like him. I want
no.
to check out the other stuff he's done done.
Yeah, and as always, Travis Barker is like
He's there.
post
I don't know.
script, I guess.
I mean,
like,
this is a Travis Barker release, but like,
but he's like a footnote
What's
on
he
his own release.
I like, is he producing these? I doubt
I'm
it.
not
Is he
sure.
just playing drums on them? If
Did
so,
he
like
just wanted
this
to hang
song-
out with these people?
This song barely had like live drums on it. It's not. It had like a little bit of live drums on it, but not a lot.
Whatever. I'm not gonna read too much into it.
Okay.
It's a song. This last one over here is actually, you know this person. I don't know who this person is.
Who is it?
Dominic Fike.
Oh, Dominic Fike. So he's a pretty brand new artist. This is his first album. What's it called?
What could possibly go wrong?
That was just released today. So Dominic Fike was discovered by Brockhampton, and Kevin Abstract from Brockhampton put Dominic Fike on some of his songs. He was on a couple of Brockhampton songs. Then I think that was in like 2018, 2019 that he started appearing on those songs, and he started dropping his own singles and stuff after that, and now we have his album. So I was just I've never really heard any of his own music. Like I've heard him on Brockhampton when he's on those songs,
Right.
but I never really
20
heard
other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I never really heard any of his own music. So just from the Brockhampton affiliation, I'm really kind of interested in listening to him.
Yeah, it's definitely a good tag to be associated with. Okay, so Dominic Fike, this song is gonna be "Cancel Me." It's the first one we're gonna listen to, or the one we're gonna.
The
listen
only
to.
one.
"Cancel Me" from Dominic Fike.
What do you think of that?
I think first I gotta put a little disclaimer over here. We're doing this on July 31st, 2020.
Okay.
Just in case this song ends up being a little bit of a premonition of things to come.
Do you think he's actually gonna get canceled?
No, I don't think he's actually gonna get canceled. Nobody who's actually gonna, well, I don't know if nobody, but it would definitely be a little bit of a 3D chess move to put out a song like this one.
He was arrested recently for I think assaulting a police officer.
No, I mean that's.
So I mean, you're not gonna
that's not
get
the same
canceled
thing,
for
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was during the protest or anything. I think it was before that.
Right,
But
it didn't really hit me until he said the phrase, "I hope I get me too."
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Well, the sentiment of the song it's like a current culture way of saying I don't like being famous. I hope they
I get
cancel
that.
me so I don't have to be famous anymore.
Yeah, that's what most of the
Which
song
I'm
is really about. Yeah.
This is his first album and he's barely famous at all. So I don't know.
why are you already dealing with the troubles of being fame?
He's been on 2 Brockhampton songs or whatever.
Right, and he's over here already celebrating with cocaine and he broke up with his girlfriend so he could fuck some bitches that he never could before.
imagine if he actually gets huge. He's gonna OD at 20.
Yeah, that is true. But I'm just prefacing this over here. But
I hope he doesn't OD at 20.
we hope he doesn't get canceled for any reason.
Unless he
I hope
deserves to
doesn't-
get canceled. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, true. But if they did, we're here first, telling you, hey, the song is
Breaking
the song
news.
is here. To
he said it. He said
he said it. He did hope this would happen.
Okay, but the actual song.
The song itself, I really like the song. I like the beat. It's a little maybe not I wouldn't say juvenile.
It's like bouncy. It was like a bop. It was, it's
Right.
nice, fun.
It sounds very young in a sense.
Yeah.
But in a sense where he's like, in a weird way, even though he's telling you here that he doesn't want all this fame and he wants to go back to, like, I don't know, what did he say, like back with his family or something like that.
Yeah.
If you listen to his voice, it almost sounds like he's excited about the music that he's making. So, it's one of those kind of songs. Just like, oh, what I hear is not what I hear. Like, what you hear is not what you're saying.
Well, I mean, he just started, so
Right. I mean, I wouldn't blame him.
which is why I think this type of song so early in his career is kind of strange, but
right.
know.
It's like a 16-year-old saying she's the bad guy, but what have you done?
Yeah.
But the song itself, I thought it was pretty good. I like that I could I could sing along with this song.
Yeah, it was a fun pop song. I thought
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. It actually makes me want to listen to his whole album.
Yeah, we got snippets of the album before because we had to pick the song, and
Yeah, this isn't like a single or anything.
right. And I mean, from the little that we heard of it, it seems like there's a lot of different styles mixed into this album. Like there's some of that there's a little bit of that like pop punk attitude, but there's also a lot of hip hop elements. At some point, he does like a voice modulation that reminded me of Frank Ocean, and like just I don't know, just a lot of different styles. I feel like he's just got like a wide ranging palette of stuff that he wants to bring to the table. But I mean, at least in this song, I can't say for sure the other songs. It sounds like it comes together in a good manner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it works really well. The only thing I don't like about this song is the way it ends, because it kind of just cuts off abruptly.
A lot of these songs are very short, and the more cynical side of me wants to think that it has to do with like there's this trend for people to put shorter songs on their albums, specifically so that they can get more listens on
Like
Spotify.
people replay it or something, or
Yeah, so like because in Spotify they pay you per play. So if you have more songs that are shorter, then you have more plays in total. I mean, think about it. You got like 40 minutes of music. You could either have like
So if it was 10 songs that were 40 minutes, that equaled 40 minutes, or 20 songs that equaled 40 minutes, you get more money for the 20 songs. So
exactly, yeah. And also I think it also probably helps out on like a mixtape or something, and people can hear it without even realizing that they heard it.
But I mean, I can see that for like lazier mainstream artists where all the songs are kind of like interchangeable and disposable anyway. Where I think I don't really see that in this because every song kind of has a different style.
That is true.
I think they put more work into each song.
But in that case, then I feel like they could have fleshed it out more. I don't know.
I mean, without without actually listening to the full album, for me, it's probably just like a problem of having too many ideas that aren't fleshed out fully.
Right.
That like you kind of just get a bunch of 2-minute ideas instead of like a bunch of fully fleshed out songs.
Right. I mean, 2-minute ideas is still fine in some situations.
Yeah, I love a lot of albums like that. Like,
but I feel like this is not the case over here. I feel like this is like shortening your ideas for the sake of like for this particular like Mitski. Her last album, she also shortened a bunch of her songs, and I felt like this album suffered for it. Solange, in her latest album, also cut it up into a bunch of smaller songs. And even though I still like the album, I did think that it could have been better had she, spent more time marinating on the songs. And I don't know. I mean, I can't say for sure when it's done for what purpose, but it's definitely been a trend in recent years that I feel I have very mixed feelings about. I mean, it's good that we have shorter songs because, like, you don't want to drag out a song. You get it nice.
I prefer shorter songs.
I do prefer it too, but like I definitely think that songs need to be at least. You need to let a song live out.
I'd rather have a song that I like but is too short to a song that I like but is too long. Because like listening to a song that I like for too long, if it'll get boring.
Right.
At least if the song's too short, it leaves me wanting more instead of leaves me like upset that I listened to most of it.
Right. I guess it's like listening to like a Beatles album. All those songs. Maybe later it got a little longer, but a lot of those songs are also 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
And but they also leave you going like, could we have gotten something like? Could we have gotten like I don't know? It definitely.
I don't know. The
like,
Beatles songs are pretty fully fleshed out. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I guess so. They just seem like I don't know. It's that style of like. So you know how like when you're in a conversation,
Are you talking about like their early
not
stuff?
their earlier, yeah, like even like through their middle years. It's kind of like when you're in a phone conversation with somebody and you're about to say bye to them anyways, but they just say like, "Okay, I'll see you," and then they hang up on you, and then you're just like, "Yeah, I'll see you." Like. Like yeah, I guess we were saying bye anyways, but that was
and
just.
then knowing you'll stew on it for the next like 2 days, and you're just like, I was gonna say bye, but I didn't. They didn't need to be so rude about it. Like,
right. But whatever. I mean, if they want to, if they got things to do, yeah, you got things to do.
apparently, too much stuff to just let me say bye as well. But whatever. I know they're busy. It's fine.
Yeah, they got. I gotta do some stuff too.
I gotta record a fucking YouTube show nobody watches.
Right. All right. You got any other comments about these songs? Before we
they're fine.
I did get word that A.G. Cook is gonna be releasing.
I love how you said I got word that A.G. Cook is releasing something like you have an inside source or something. You just saw it on Reddit.
I had to search through the posts to see this.
Breaking news! I just got word. PC Music collaborator A.G. Cook is releasing a new
collaborator, and he like heads that thing. But I mean, we'll probably talk more about that later when we got something to actually listen to over here.
Yeah.
All right, but I don't know. That's it for me. You got anything?
Breaking! I just heard Beyonce has a new visual album out. Breaking news! Nobody else but me knows this.
Well, how'd you find out?
I have a source in my ear.
Wow.
Pencil.
Oh, you guys get to see the cat real quick.
I don't think he's gonna be on camera. But...
Oh well, maybe his tail. This is his tail.
Don't pull his tail.
He doesn't like it when you touch his tail.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Wait, subscribe, like.
Oh yeah. Hit that bell to get the notifications. Hit the subscribe.
Leave a comment
on Instagram. We're at Blood on the Mic. On
Twitter, Blood on the Mic 1. Follow me at Torna Lewis. Now goodbye forever.